Hello everyone. Today we shall look into rest of the datetime functions. Here I have few set of current dates where I would explain you how to check whether the time is in current hour, minute or second. I'll quickly go to add column, click on custom column. I'll name whether it is current hour. Okay, as I type in as I type in the formula, there is a function called IsInCurrentHour. So as I type in IsInCurrent, you could see that here we have datetime IsInCurrentHour. I'll click on it, open the parenthesis, take my datetime column, insert it, and click OK. Here you could see that 8:22 a.m. it is the current hour, so it gives me true condition, and rest of the rows are false. Let us quickly see what is the whether the let us change the source data a little. Here now the time is 8:44. Okay, I'll just change the time here to previous to show you the current minute. So it is 8:45. I'm changing it to 8:45. Click OK, and I'm just creating the custom column over here. Let us see if it is uh, working, whether it is in current hour or current minute or not. I'll click on it, datetime dot is in current minute. I'll insert the column, I'll close the parenthesis and click OK. Here you could see that since the time is 8:45 a.m., it is the current minute function. Datetime is in current minute function, which helps us to check whether the time is in current minute or not. Similarly, we have additional function which is in current second. Okay, so to see the accuracy where or you need, if you have to check with respect to even seconds, you could see that is in current you could use this is in current second and open the parenthesis, insert your date column and close the parenthesis. Here we'll get false condition because I didn't insert the seconds part. So but you could utilize it in this similar fashion. I'll quickly go to the next set of functions where we could determine the previous time period. Similar to the current time, I could check whether my time is in previous hour. Okay, I'll type in is in previous hour. Here you could see that datetime dot is in previous hour function. It helps me to determine the time whether it is in previous hour or not. I'll close the parenthesis, click OK. You could see that 7:30 a.m. it is in previous hour, so it gives me true condition. I'll click on custom column again to check whether the time is in previous minute or not. Okay, in order to do that, I'll quickly change the source data a little so that to show you right example. Here I have 8:47. I'll type 8:47, so you could get a true condition for it as soon as I type it. Okay, I'll quickly go to custom column and type my is in previous minute. Okay, I'll open the parenthesis, select the date time and insert it, close the parenthesis and click OK. Let us wait for a minute, or let us create another custom column. Okay, here I'll rename it as previous minute. Okay, here you could see as soon as I the minute has changed. Here at 8:40, now the time is 8:47 in here, and current time is 8:48. Since it exists in previous minute, so it gives us true condition for the previous minute function. In the you could notice the difference in the third row, which is satisfied and gives the true boolean result. We shall quickly create. I'll show you the previous second function also. Is in previous second. Here the last function which you could see, datetime dot is in previous second. It helps us to identify whether it is present in previous second or not. But here since I don't have seconds, data, so it will result in all false conditions. Here I'll write previous second. In addition to these three functions, we have three additional functions where we could identify by providing the second parameter by like for calculating whether it is present in n hours or n minutes or n seconds. I'll write previous n hours. Okay, here I'll type the function is in previous n hours function. We have here datetime dot is in previous n hours. I'll insert the datetime column. Suppose that I want to check within 3 hours prior, okay, previous 3 hours, whether any datetime is present within previous 3 hours. It will give me true condition, otherwise it won't give me, otherwise it will give me false condition. As I click on it, here you could see in previous n hours there are first two rows 6 a.m. and 7:30 a.m. It gives me true condition because now it is 8:49 a.m. In the past 3 hours I have these two dates which are satisfying the condition. Similarly, I could check for previous in minutes. I'll type the name previous in minutes, and here we have date time is in previous n minutes. We have function over here n minutes. Okay, and open the parenthesis, insert the date time. Suppose that I want to check for the previous 100 minutes. I'll type comma 100 beside date time and click OK. Here you could see that there are two dates which are satisfying, like 8:47 a.m. and 7:30 a.m., which is present within 100 minutes, previous 100 minutes. Similarly, we could check for previous n seconds. I'll type in a function called IsInPreviousNSeconds. I have this function in IsInPreviousNSecond, datetime dot IsInPreviousNSeconds. I'll insert the datetime column. Suppose that I want to check previous some 5000 seconds. Okay, I'll close the parenthesis and click OK. You could see that there are two time periods which are satisfying the condition. So this is how previous hour, previous minute, previous second, and previous n hours, n minutes, and n seconds functions work to identify and filter out the conditions. Let us quickly move on to the next time. As similar to the previous functions, I have this next time functions, as well as next time n related functions. I'll quickly add the custom column, show you how it works. Next hour. Okay, as I type in is in next hour, you could see that I have this datetime dot is in next hour. To open the parenthesis, insert the date time, and you could close the parenthesis. Click OK. Here you could see that there is only one time period which is satisfying the condition, 9 a.m., which is in the next hour. Suppose that I want to check for the next minute. I'll quickly go to the source. Now the time is 8:52. I'll type 8:53 over here, so that it would identify the next minute. Okay, I'll click OK and come back here, click on custom column, next minute. You could type is in next minute. Here you could see that is in next minute function is there. Open the parenthesis, insert it. You could close the parenthesis, click OK. It has given me the false condition. Again, I'll change the source data to show you whether it is present in the next minute. I'll type 8:54 a.m. Now it is 8:53 a.m. here. So here you could see as soon as I change the time 8:54 a.m., since the time is in next minute, it will give me true condition. So as soon as you refresh the data is refreshed, and the conditions are changed. But make sure that you use these functions appropriately. Since I don't have the seconds data, you may get the false condition, but you could even check for the seconds data, I'll just show the function here. You have this IsInNextSecond. Okay, I'll click on that, open the parenthesis, insert date time, and I'll close the parenthesis, click OK. Here it will give me false condition since I don't have the seconds data. Similar to these three functions, I could check the next n hours, n minutes, and n seconds. I'll type next n hours. Okay, here I have is in next n hours. Here I have this function is in next n hours. I'll open the parenthesis, insert my date time. Suppose that I want to check for next 3 hours or 4 hours. I'll close the parenthesis. I'll put a command, enter the 4 beside the date time column. This is the second parameter which in additional helps for us to identify that. I'll click OK. Here you could see that there are two rows, which is fourth and sixth row, which is satisfying the conditions like 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. These two rows are satisfying the condition for next 4 hours. Similarly, I'll add the condition to check for next n minutes. I'll write the function is in next n minutes. I have this function, select it, open the parenthesis, enter date time, insert, put a comma, and I want to suppose that I want to check for next 100 minutes. I'll close the parenthesis, enter 100 and close the parenthesis and click OK. Similarly, I have these two rows satisfying the condition for next 100 minutes. And I could quickly go to another custom column and show you for next n seconds. Is in next n seconds function is over here. You could open the parenthesis, insert date time, and suppose that I want to see for next 5000 seconds. I'll click OK and close the parenthesis and click OK. Here you could see that there are these two true conditions satisfied for those two rows for the next n seconds. So this is how these date time functions help in order to identify current time, previous time, and next time. Totally these are like 15 functions which I have explained you in this video. They are quite handy. Please explore. Thank you for watching, and we shall meet in the next video.